Measurement A. We're going to take the measurement completely around the arm, top of the shoulder, under the arm, back of the shoulder. Make it as snug as you want or as loose as you want. The second measurement is just the underarm, right? So I want to know how much of this round arm measurement is just the underarm, where your underarm starts, and then take it round to the other side. The last measurement is going to be for the back panel. Alternatively, if you're by yourself and you can't do that, again, you could use a shirt to measure or an existing crochet garment you already have. Okay, so those are the measurements. Supplies. I have brought out the big light for you guys so you can really see what's going on. You're welcome. The only unfortunate thing about using this light is that it makes the room so hot. I am working with a sport weight yarn. Something I want to mention is that the way I'm setting up the instructions, you can use whatever yarn size you want. I'm going to show you how to do the calculations to determine how many chains you need to start with. So you don't need to use a sport weight yarn and a 3.5. Can I find my 3.5? What is this? This is 3. That's not what we want. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. 3.5 millimeter. This is the belt buckle I will be working with. It's off of an old garment. Here's another buckle that's off of a garment. I've had both of these for quite some time. We're going to start with the slip knot. Chain 10. That is our chain 10. We're going to measure it about 2.25 inches. So let's calculate. We're only going to convert measurement A and B, the complete round armhole measurement and the underarm measurement. This will be worked while we're doing the project, so let's ignore that. Measurement A. So we have chained 10 stitches and we have measured 2.25 inches. I'm going to put a second column down here. Our desired measurement for A is 22 inches, putting it on the same side here. So what we're trying to figure out is how many chains do we need to get 22 inches. So here's the calculation. Very simple calculation. We're going to go diagonal and we're going to multiply. After we've multiplied those two, we're going to go horizontal and divide. Diagonal, multiply, horizontal, divide. 22 times 10. Then we're going to divide this number by 2.25. 97.77777. We're going to approximate it to just 97. There's something I forgot to do. We are crocheting a circle. So what I should have done is convert this number into a multiple of either 10 or 12. Those are the main numbers I see people were using when they work circles. So here were my options. I got 97. If I was working with multiples of 12, I could have done 96. Or I could have done 108. 96 takes away 1, but because crochet does have some give, I might have been able to get away with it. I wouldn't have done 108 because that's too many additional stitches. What I would have done, if I had remembered, is done multiples of 10, then I would have gone for 100. That's 3 additional chains. It's okay. Right. Working with multiples of 10 or 12 will allow you to evenly distribute your increases. On with the video. So to get 22 inches, we're going to chain 97.
Repeat the same steps for measurement B.
So whenever I have to chain large numbers, I like to work with a tally system.
Each tally equals 10 chains.
So we already have 10. So I'm going to put our first tally there. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We mark a tally. 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. 9, 10. So we just have the remaining 7 to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No tally will be marked. We're gonna join it in the round. Make sure it's not twisted. I'm going to slip stitch into there. We're going to be working into the bumps at the back of the stitches and not the V's. So we're going to bring that closer. So this is the front. You can see the V. We turn it over and you can see those bumps along the back. That is what we're going to be working into. I'm going to be holding this tail end down as I work to weave it in as I go. This project will be worked majorly with half double crochets. Chain 1, yarn over, go into the bump at the back, yarn over again, pull through, 3 loops on the chain, yarn over once more, pull through 3. We're gonna do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back on the other side. We have reached the end of the first round. From round 2 onwards, we will be working into the 3rd loop. So this is the top of the stitch. You can see the V there, right? And when working the stitch in the round, the 3rd loop will be towards the back. So this is the top, there's our V. If we turn it towards the back, our top is on this side. You can see this bar here. You see that bar there? There is the V at the top, and there's the bar right next to it. That is a 3rd loop, and that is what we're going to be working into. I'm going to work this in a spiral. So no slip stitch, no chain 1. We're just gonna crochet, do a half double crochet directly into the 3rd loop. Okay, and that is the beginning of the next round. Kind of put stitch marker there. You can see the bars there. This is round 2. We're going to be doing 1 half double crochet in every stitch. And you can see that as we work into that 3rd loop, the top is pushed forward. One half double crochet into every back loop, and I will meet you when we are back here. We have reached the beginning once more. Okay, so remember, working in the spiral, no slip stitch, no chain. This is round number 3. I've worked 2 rounds with 1 half double crochet in each stitch. Round 3 is going to be an increase round. We're going to work 1 half double crochet into the first 2 stitches, and then an increase into the 3rd. So that's 1 half double crochet in that stitch. Place our stitch marker back. She is very important. 1 half double crochet into the 2nd stitch, and then our increase. So that's 1 and 2 half double crochets into the 3rd stitch. This is the repeat. 1 half double crochet into 2 stitches, and then 2 half double crochets into the 3rd. That is the increase. So we're gonna work that repeat all the way around, and I'll meet you back here. Don't worry if you can't do the repeat perfectly. For this particular set of instructions, to the best of my knowledge, it's okay if you finish your round in the middle of a repeat. We have reached the end of round 3. Now, the next 2 rounds, that's round 4 and 5, we'll be doing 1 half double crochet into every stitch. There's the first stitch, and we promptly place her back. And I will meet you at the end of row 5. End of round 5. We are now entering round 6. Round 6 is going to be an increase round. Gonna work 1/2 double crochet into 3 stitches and then do an increase. So that's 1/2 double crochet into the first stitch. We move on. Also, beloved, stitch marker, that is 1/2 double crochet into the second stitch. Next is 1/2 double crochet into the third stitch, and now our increase, that is 2 half double crochets into the fourth stitch. The next 4 rounds, that is round 7, 8, 9, and 10, are going to be 1/2 double crochet into every stitch. This is the end of row 10. This is the end of row 10. This is the beginning of row 10. I'm going to slip stitch into the third loop. I need scissors. Where are my scissors? I'm gonna pull that down, tighten it. We thank you. And we are done.
It was 3 inches wide.
Now I have to make another one. Here we go again. Onto the back panel. The measurement I took across the back was 15.5 inches. I minus 1.5 inches from this measurement in order to avoid gaping along the back panel, allowing it to rest taut and flat when worn. So the back panel I am aiming to achieve is 14 inches wide. The width of the 2 arm sections make up part of this 14-inch measurement. Each section along the back is 3 inches wide. If we add up the 2, 6 inches. In order for me to get the length of the middle section of the back, I need to minus 6 inches from my final desired measurement of 14, which means I need to crochet a panel that is 8 inches wide in order to complete the back.
Use your own measurements to determine the width of your back panel.
This is where we're going to need a few stitch markers. You can use whatever you have to mark your stitches. So this is the end. It's where we stopped. So I'm going to mark that as a midpoint because this part will be under the arm. That is our midpoint under the arm. I'm going to mark the midpoint at the top. No measurements, just marking it where it's folded. Is that a good idea? We'll find out. Now, where should we start the back? I'm going to use the measurements I would use to draft the neck of a basic bodice block. So that's 3 inches down on the front. This is where the belt is going to start. And then on the back, 1.5. The back is usually higher. Okay, I think I'm gonna make the back panel like 6 inches in length. You can make yours shorter or longer, but you do want to leave space for the underarm portion. So I think this should be enough for the underarm. Because when we measured the underarm, we had 10. So this is 7 on fold, so 14 from here to the other side. So I think we should be fine with 6 inches down. This is the front. The width of the belt will be dependent on the width of your belt buckle. This is 2 inches. So I suppose I could mark that 2 inches. And that is the width of the belt. So now what I'm going to do is transfer these measurements to this side by counting the stitches. First I'm going to mark the middle and then I'll count the stitches. Here is the ending on this one. Yellow for the bottom. Red for the top. So I'm going to count how many stitches these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stitches down. 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm gonna do that for all the markings. Front, back.
We are still working half double crochets into the third loop.
This side is the bottom. I'm gonna go that way. Folding it over. And pulling it through. Chain 2. And then work a half double crochet into that same spot. Then we're going to work one half double crochet into every stitch until we reach the stitch marker. We have reached the end. Gonna chain 2 and turn the work. 1, 2. So before, when we were working in the round, the third loop was in the back, but because we'll be turning the work, you can see that the position of the third loop has changed. So now it's facing us. So even after we finish the second row, when we turn it again, the third loop will be facing us. Here's the third loop, staring us right in the face. Here it is. I'm going to yarn over. Here it is.
I entered the third loop from the bottom up.
I'm gonna crochet this until I get 8 inches, and then we're gonna join it to this side. Chain 2, turn, and as you can see, the third loop is facing us. Alright, 8 inches, and then I'll get back to you. I am 2 rows away from being a little bit under 8 inches. There's a start. So I'm 2 rows away. So something that I wanted to mention is that your finishing row should be on the front of the work. Currently I am working on the back. This is the front. Your last row, the last row that you do, should be on the front of the work. So I'll be going this way. That way when we seam this edge to the other side, it will look the same as the starting point. That is our back panel. Now we're gonna seam it to the other side. Okay, so this is the last stitch. Before I pull it through, I'm just gonna cut. Lord, I hope that's enough. I hope that's enough. Let's a little bit more. I hope that's enough. Let's do that. Okay, then we're gonna pull that through. I'm gonna pull it through, Tighten her. She's good. Now I need a needle. I'm gonna thread this through our needle. Where is the end? There's the end. Now I'm gonna flip it to the back. I'm gonna flip this along the same side. Alright, so we're gonna be sewing into the third loop. Okay, so this is the top of the back side. This is the third loop here. This is the third loop there. So first I'm going to put it into the corner. Going to match them up. Here's the first third loop on the armhole. Here is the first third loop on the back panel. I'm going to pull through and tighten. Second, third loop. Second, third loop. Pull through. Third. And the next. And the next. This is the third loop. There's a little loop there next to it. I'm going to go through that and the third loop and go into the corner here just to secure it a little bit more. That was way too long. I'll weave that in later. But there we go. There is the side that we just sewed down. And you can see that the finish on this edge looks the same as on this edge. And just like that, our back panel is done. Let's do the closure first. We've already marked off the width of the straps, so let's determine the length. For the length of the strap, we're going to take the length of the back panel, which was a little under 8 inches. We're just going to say 8 inches, divide that by 2, that's 4 inches on each side. For the side with the buckle, it's going to need to fold over here with the prong. It's going to go through the prong and then fold over, so we're going to add an inch for that fold over. So on this side, the length will be 5 inches. Great. Now on this side is going to be longer, so you want it to go through here and have a little bit of a hangover, not too much. If you want a longer hangover, you can. 6, 7 inches. Let's do 7. So 5 inches on the side of the buckle, 7 inches on the side without the buckle. Now the stitch pattern, I wanted to do something a bit sturdier because it is a belt and it will be attached to this, which is has a bit of weight to it. If you want to continue with the half double crochet in the third loop, you can. We've gone into the first third loop and we're pulling a stitch. I did some YouTube research on sturdy bag straps and belt straps, and I came across a video where the creator was using what looked to me to be the Tunisian knit stitch. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working into the third loop for the first row. We pulled up a loop there. Gonna pull up another loop and another and another, all the way across until we hit the stitch marker. So we have all our stitches on the hook. For the first stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull through 1, and then for the rest of them, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, thus. So here's what we've got so far. Here's what we've got so far. I'm gonna take my hook off. If you look at this, so you can see that there's a space here, and then there is a loop. Space, loop, space, loop. So for the stitch that we're going to do, the Tunisian knit stitch, you don't go through the space, you go through the loop. So open the loop up, put your hook through there. space, loop, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through, space, loop, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, through the loop, through the loop, through the loop, all the way across. Something that I should have mentioned is that when you're going through the last stitch along the side, this is the stitch that we're going to be going through. Just going to put that through there, and you can see that there are 2 loops there along the side. That's the front, and then that's the side.
You want to insert your hook in the space next to these bars at the end.
Brilliant. We're back to this. You need to do the same thing. Yarn over on the first stitch, we pull through 1. The rest of them, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, 2. 2. 2. 2. Did I already say 2? Let's really knock that in. So that's 2. That is row number 2. We're going to keep building this up until we achieve the desired length. I'm currently working on the side with the buckle. So we're going to do 5 inches. It looks like stockinette. I love the stockinette stitch so much. So I've reached the 4-inch mark. Our goal on this side is 5 inches, just as a reminder. Somewhere along the middle, we need to create space for the prong. Right, the prong needs to come all the way out so it can lay flat when in use. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10. We have 4 loops on the hook. I have an even number of stitches. If you had an odd number of stitches, you would only need to skip 1 to make it even on both sides. If you have an even number, you need to skip 2 to make it even on both sides. So we're going to do a yarn over for every skip stitch. 2 skip stitches, 2 yarn overs, and then we're going to continue picking up stitches. We're going to do our return. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way back. And we have created a gap there. A gap which I am hoping is big enough for the prong to fit through, the base of the prong. So we're going to continue building up this piece until it is 5 inches in length. I seem to be having some trouble. Oh boy. Oh, I almost had it. Okay. We are almost there. Going to do one more row, one last row, the finishing row. I'm going to go into the same spot and do a single crochet. Same spot, single crochet. Same spot, single crochet. And then we're going to cut it and pull through. Darning needle. Going to thread the tail in. Right. Position the buckle. Put the prong through the hole. Great. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy. Going to match it up we're going to whip stitch the edge of this piece onto the back of this row. So go through there, pull and tighten. I'm going to do it twice, just for good measure. Pick up a loop at the back of the stitch, pick up a loop along the edge of the piece. Repeat. And then along the edge, once you reach the other edge, we're going to go through the side and the same last stitch twice, just for good measure, and then we'll weave that in later. Our buckle is attached. We're going to do the other side. It's going to be the exact same thing, finish the exact same way. 7 inches. It's probably going to curl, but we will deal with that when we are blocking it. You know, we'll steam it down and hopefully that will deal with the issue. It is time for the sleeves. Okay, so this is the armhole. And if you remember, when we were starting the armhole, we chained and then worked into the back loops. If you did that, you're going to be very happy right now, because picking up stitches is going to be quite simple. Quite simple. It's going to be easy to find the stitches. I wish I could find the tail of this yarn. That would be nice. That would be nice. Is this for oh, there it is. There it is. We got her. So we're going to start from the bottom. We're going to be doing a half double crochet in the 3rd loop. And we're going to be crocheting in a spiral. You can see our V's. Each V is a stitch. I'm going to fold this over. And pull it through. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and place a half double crochet in that same stitch. Then we're going to place a half double crochet into every stitch all the way around. And this last one is not going to be oh, it's fine. We have reached the end, and we're going to work into the 3rd loop. No chain, no slip stitch, no chain. I'm gonna put that there. If you want the sleeve to be as large as the armhole, you can just continue crocheting 1 half double crochet into every stitch, but I would like it to be fitted to get smaller as it goes towards the wrist. So I will be doing some decrease rounds. For the first decrease round, we're going to do 1 half double crochet into 3 stitches and then the decrease. So we've already done 1, that's 1, the one that we used to join. That is 2. That is 3. And now the decrease. We are going to yarn over, go into the first stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to go into the stitch next to it, yarn over, pull up a loop. 4 stitches. We're going to yarn over once more and pull through all 4. that is the decrease. 3 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then the decrease. We're going to do that all the way around until we reach the stitch marker once more. We have made it back to the stitch marker. This is the end of round 2. 1 half double crochet into every stitch for round 3 until 9. I will see you back here for round 10. Round 9 has been completed. We are now entering round 10. Round 10 is a decrease round. We're going to do 1 half double crochet into 4 stitches and then the decrease. So I've already done the first one. This is 2, 3, 4, and then the decrease. So we're going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. We have reached the end of round 10. Rounds 11 to 19 is 1 half double crochet in every stitch. So that's what we're going to do, and I will meet you at the start of round 20. Just started round 20, did the first stitch, and move the stitch marker up. Round 20 is a decrease round. We're going to do 1 half double crochet into 5 stitches and then the decrease. So we've done 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, then the decrease. So we're going to do that all the way around, and I will meet you back at the stitch marker. So this is round 21. For round 21 to 29, it's going to be 1 half double crochet into every stitch. I will meet you back here for round 30. We have reached round 30, folks. We're going to do 1 half double crochet into 6 stitches and then our decrease. We've already done the first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a decrease. Gonna do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the stitch marker. Rounds 31 until 39 are gonna be 1 half double crochet into every stitch. I will meet you here at round 40. Round 40, decrease round. 1 half double crochet into 7 stitches, then the decrease. All the way around, and then we'll meet back at the stitch marker. That is the end of round 40. Row 41 to 49 is going to be 1 half double crochet into every stitch. I will meet you at row 50. Guess what round we're on? Round 50. Going to do 1 half double crochet into 8 stitches and then the decrease. All the way around. The length of this so far is a little bit past my elbow. I want to check if I'm satisfied with the width of the sleeve against my wrist. So I'm gonna pretend that this reaches my wrist. And that's how it would look. I'm pretty satisfied with that width, so no more decrease rounds. I am currently at 14.75 inches. I want 20 or 21. I am no longer counting rounds, so just gonna put 1 half double crochet into every stitch until I reach my desired length. That is 20 inches, folks. Well, it's a little over 20 inches, but it's the same on both sides. I've already cut off the ball of yarn. This is what I have left. This was my 6th ball. Ball skein. Okay. Gonna go into the 3rd loop. Yarn over, pull through. We have that loop. Then yarn over, pull through, and tighten. And that concludes the sleeve. Gonna weave in all the ends, and then we'll be done. I made a second version to test the instructions on a different weight yarn, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Let me know how the instructions work for you, and please feel free to ask for any clarifications you may need. I'm quite far from being an advanced crocheter, so please do let me know if there's anything you would have done differently. Bye! Have a great time!